welcome to Learn About Astronomy, and this is the moon, planets, and the sun for the week of Monday, January 20th, 2014, all the way to Sunday, January 26th, 2014. As the sun sets on Monday, January 20th, we have a very, very low Mercury setting to the southwest. Very difficult to see. It's quite close to the sun, so it's going to be a little hard to see on that evening. We have Neptune in the southwest, Uranus in the high southwest sky as the sun sets. Jupiter already getting higher in the east sky, very bright, very easy to see. Don't mind the comet that you see in the videos. It's Comet Ison, and it did not survive the sun's passage in December. Moon rising around 9:30 p.m. on Monday, January 20th. It's a waning gibbous, so it's slowly getting smaller and smaller in our night sky, and rising about 40 to 50 minutes later every night. So you'll have to be a night owl to actually see the moon in the coming week. Mars rising around 11:30 p.m. and shining through the night as a bright orange star in the southeast. Saturn rising around 2:30 a.m. We get Venus that's slowly departing the sun after the inferior conjunction that happened on January 11th. So it's becoming slowly a early morning object. As we go into Tuesday, January 21st, as the sun sets, once again we have Mercury in the southwest. It's getting farther and farther away from the sun, so we should have possibility to see Mercury as the days go by. Neptune southwest, Uranus south, pretty much the same here. Jupiter in the east getting high even as the sun is set. It's really getting higher and higher. And what's notable is that if you're a late night person on Tuesday, January 21st, as the moon rises around 11 or 10:30 to 11, you see that it's getting close to Mars, so that could be worth checking out. Around 1 a.m. in the southeast, you should see a bright waning gibbous moon and a little orange star, which is planet Mars to its lower left, that is getting close to the moon actually. And if you're a night person, you should actually see the moon and Mars dancing around the night sky. As we go into Wednesday, January 22nd. Wednesday, January 22nd, as the sun sets, once again, Mercury. You see that Mercury is getting a little farther away from the sun's glare. So it's going to be interesting to start to look at Mercury, maybe if you have a very, very nice view of your southwest horizon with no obstacles, no trees. Here it's impossible where I live. There are a lot of trees. But if I go to a local park, I might be able to find it. Mercury to the southwest just after the sunset. Wait until the sun sets to make sure that you don't accidentally look at the sun with a pair of binoculars. It's very dangerous to do so. Neptune to the southwest, Uranus to the south. A very nice view of Uranus if you have binoculars or a small telescope. The moon being quite out of the way now, you should actually see it as the evening goes by. If you look at around 7 p.m. where it's going to be pretty dark, in the southwest, you should see a very faint greenish star in binoculars or a telescope. Jupiter, of course, king of the evening in January, getting high in the south around 11:30 local time, p.m. local time. We have the moon rising around 11:30, 11:40 p.m. local time, very close to Mars on that evening of Wednesday, January 22nd. So why not take a look if you are a late night owl Around 1, 2 a.m. you should see Mars and the Moon really close together. So that is really going to be a nice viewing here. And if you look at the sky around 2:30 a.m., Saturn is going to add to the fun here as it's rising in the southeast. Venus getting better and better, getting away from the sun's glare, so as the days go by, you should actually easily spot Venus low in the southeast sky before sunrise. So why not take a look there? If you have to go to work early in the morning, you might actually spot Venus rising around 6 a.m. local time. Thursday, January 23rd, we have, as the sun sets, of course, Mercury in the southwest, very close to the sun though, so kind of hard to spot. But if you scan with the binoculars after sunset, you might actually find it very low to the southwest. Just look at the position of where the sun sets and just scan that general area after it sets with a pair of binoculars. Wait until the sun is set. Very dangerous to look at the sun with binoculars. Neptune getting lower and lower, so it's getting harder to see, actually almost impossible since it's so faint now. Uranus in the southwest, also getting slowly close to the sun's glare as the weeks go by, so it's going to be one of the last weeks that you can actually see Uranus and find it easily. Jupiter, king of the night, of course, very bright, due south, very high, very bright, around 10:30 p.m. Pretty much every day. And Mars rising around 11:30. We have the Moon following at about midnight or 0:45 local time. If you're an early riser or a night person, if you look through the east-southeast, you'll see something nice around 4 a.m. You should see Mars to the southeast, south-southeast. We have the Moon southeast, and we have Saturn a little more to the east, so the Moon waning crescent basically jammed in the middle of Mars and Saturn on that night, early morning Friday, sorry. So early morning Friday, January 24th, you will see a nice little sandwich moon between Mars and Saturn there. Venus rising, getting better and better quite fast. So rising around, 5:45 a.m. That's pretty much almost a full hour, more than a full hour before the sun. So it should get easier and easier to see in the early morning. And then we'll go into Friday night, January 24th, as the sun set, Mercury on southwest, Neptune, Uranus, southwest, Jupiter, king of the night once again, Mars rising as a very nice orange star around 11:15, 20, so around midnight you should start spotting it in the east-southeast if you have a low horizon possibility. Bright orange star. Saturn and the Moon joining together in the night sky. If you're looking at around 4 a.m. on Saturday morning, January 25th, you will of course see Saturn and the Moon, the waning crescent moon close to Saturn. The Moon is always a nice object to use to find planets and find different stars, so by using the Moon you can see that Saturn is going to be real close. And look at the Moon videos, because I'm going to put the Moon videos which are going to show you basically these encounters in the night sky. And so as we go along on Saturday morning, January 25th, you'll have Venus rising around 5:45, full hour before the sun, so it's getting easy to spot in the morning sky now. And finally, for Sunday, for Saturday evening, January 25th, we have Mercury slightly off the sun's glare, kind of hard to see. So maybe as the sun is setting, take a look to your southwest, very low in the southwest. You might spot a little star right there in the very brilliant sky, as the sky will still be quite bright blue. But Mercury, should actually be visible through there. And a pair of binoculars will help you a lot. Be careful not to watch the sun. Neptune, southwest, almost impossible now to spot because it's going to be more and more in the sun's glare now. Uranus, still time to watch it in the southwest sky around 6-7 p.m. Jupiter, king of the evening, always nice to look at, very bright once again. Mars, rising around 11:15, 11:20. And as you go into Sunday, January 26th, the Saturn rising at around 2 a.m., the Moon following at 3 a.m., and then Venus, very early Sunday morning, January 26th, visible around 5:45, getting high in the sky. And finally, if we look at the sky for the Sunday, January 26th, as the sun sets, Mercury, southwest, Neptune, not far from Mercury actually in the southwest, almost impossible now. Uranus, southwest, and Jupiter, king of the night. Mars, rising around 11:15. Saturn around 2 a.m. And the Moon on Monday will rise around 4:15, 4:20. And it's going to be a very small crescent at this point, getting close to Venus actually on Monday, January 27th, early morning. So that's the planet and the moon in the sky for the week of Monday, January 20th, up to Sunday, January 26th. If you enjoy our videos, please subscribe to our channel. You'll be informed when new videos are online. If you have any comments, questions on what you've seen, let us know. Maybe you have a comment, suggestion, why not? Ask away. And hopefully you will enjoy our videos and come back regularly on Learn About Astronomy. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.